Hi, this is Dan Scheffelman. I'm going to give you guys a little tutorial on how to set up your AR chalk image. I just wanted to sort of take you through one way of doing this to demystify the whole process. There's a few ways you can do it. Basically, anything that you know about animation tools, whether it's working in Photoshop or After Effects or Adobe Animate or any other app that you know or combination of apps that can do this. All you need to be doing is creating a QuickTime based upon your maquette for your chalk piece. And so I did this as a demonstration. Obviously, doesn't have anything to do with the theme this year, unless I'm saying that humans are going to become onion heads in the future. But I just did it as a way of showing how to do this. So what I've done is just set up a uh, Photoshop file with my base layer. And by the way, I'm showing you this timeline here, which you don't have to use if you don't know how to use it. It's a sort of clumsy Photoshop way of animating, but it's been used to make films, so it can work. My preference is to create this and then to output the layers into JPEGs and then bring that into Adobe Premiere. If you've had my class, my storyboarding class, you've done all this. It's kind of a no-brainer. For you, if you have not worked with these applications, it's really not that complicated, believe it or not. You don't need a whole course to learn how to do it. So here's my base layer, and this would be the image that would be my chalk piece. So this would be on the wall. And what we call this a marker. So this is the image that the app that we're using to demonstrate or to show the AR, that would be something you download onto your phone and point it at the image, and that would animate on your phone, which is called Blipar. At this time, that's what we're going with. This is the marker that signals to the phone and to the app that it's time to play the animation. So what I want to do is create a little QuickTime that animates from this original pose, because the idea is you want it to come to life. Whatever you're having happen, you want it to come to life from this image. Now, I've done a pretty simple animation. It could even be simpler than this. It could literally just be from this to this, just 2 drawings, okay? But I've really done like 6 drawings to make it a little bit more engaging than that, and also to allow me to add sound, which is pretty cool. So basically, you see my layers. I have the first layer is the base drawing, then he blinks, eyes open, looking at you, just a sort of classic cartoon trick of changing eye direction. Then says hello. Okay, one mouth position, not getting crazy with it. Could have gotten into a whole lip syncing thing, but I'm trying to show how simple this can be. And then 2 wave positions. Okay, so that's it. That's all I've done. Now, since I've done this by layers as opposed to, if you look over here, let's get rid of the timeline now. I'm not going to use the timeline anymore. Okay, I'm just going to go straight layers here. So I have all of my layers turned off, my base layer here. What I'm going to do is just flatten these as JPEGs so that I'll have individual poses. So I would take this, I would do a save as, and I would call it JPEG 1. Okay, I'm going to put it in a new folder. Save it to there. Hit this menu, say OK. And now I'm going to turn on my next layer. Get rid of this timeline. just going to delete my timeline, so I'm not worrying about that anymore. Close it. Go back to my layers. Okay, so now I have my eyes closed layer. I'm going to do a save as on that. And by the way, by calling it JPEG, I automatically flatten it so that I'm not dealing with a bunch of layers. Put it in there. I'm going to call it O2. Now remember, you could be doing this all in After Effects. You can do it in a totally different way. The end result is just that you want to be getting animation. Okay, so let's say I went ahead and did all that, which I've already done. Flatten all the layers. Now I'm going to close out of Photoshop. And I'm going to go to, I'm going to open Premiere. Well, let me show you first. I have all my folders here. So here's my blip folder. Here's my, so right now I have a couple of projects going on here, but I have 02, 03, 04, 05, 06, 07, 08. Somewhere I should have my 01. I don't, but okay. So I'm gonna open Premiere now. Okay, so it's already set up, and I can take you through the process of setting up also if you need help with that, but most of you have done this either in Premiere or you've done this in After Effects, so pretty much however you're getting to this point is up to you. So basically what I've taken all of my panels and I put them into Premiere and I recorded a little voice. So I've created I recommend keeping this pretty brief because people are going to be walking down these murals with their phone, pointing it at your image and getting a little animation. So I think if we have 50 that are done this way, you know, 2 to 3 seconds is about the most that you want to do. And remember that you're doing something that either would end with a wave or loop as one thing. So it could just be eyes blinking and looping. I'll show you how to do that. But for now, I'm just going to say the person's going to walk, the viewer's going to walk by my piece, point the phone at that, and get. I'll show you what they're going to get. They're going to get this.
Hi.
Okay, that's it. So
Hi.
it's not complicated. It's fairly easy to do, and that's pretty much all it is. Okay.
Hi.